Welcome back to Open, everyone. This is the season for giving and receiving. And, we're going to learn more about that with our next guest who decided to create a rice challenge that involves the collection of donated rice from friends, family, and community members, which is later distributed to soup kitchens across the 5 boroughs. And so the purpose of the challenge is to create an energy exchange that benefits everyone. And the more you give, the more you have. And the more you have, the more you can give, according to our next guest, creator of the Friends of Iris 10 for 40, 10 for 40 Rice Challenge, Edie Soto, and she's also joined by POTS, which stands for Part of the Solution, Senior Program Manager, Food and Dignity Programs, Taina Rodriguez. Hello and welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's so lovely.
It is. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for everyone, right? Because just the energy that was put into it. How did you feel hearing me quote you right now? Because I could feel your energy.
It feels great. I'm proud. I'm proud of all my friends.
Yes, yeah. Well, we're proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm personally honored to be a contribution to this cause. And I would like for us to share with everyone its origins, the reasons behind it. Obviously, this is the time of the year that is for giving and receiving. However, this requires an extra effort because you're doing it independently and you're actually taking orders and going around collecting, and you're doing it in 5 boroughs. So let's talk a little bit about the Friends of Iris 10 for 40 challenge, Rice Challenge.
The idea came about after I had a house fire back in 2014. And so I realized that I did not know how to receive. And I had to change that really quick. When you don't know how to receive, right, you close off on all your blessings. And I was rejecting all the help that was coming my way, whether it was food, any kind of contribution. I was just like resisting the help, and I had a lot of shame around that. I wanted to change that, and I wanted to find out how can I learn how to receive. And so one day, flying back from Texas on a plane, I was browsing through a magazine. I saw that 10 pounds of rice feeds 40 people, and I was blown by that number. That's like a very small bag and a lot of people it can feed. So, okay, I had that information, and then there was another time I was volunteering at POTS, and we ran out of rice. So we started giving bread. And the community went berserk. I was surprised by that, how much people were angry that there was no rice left. And then the information that I read about the 10 pounds feeding 40 people just triggered that. And I said, okay, this is my opportunity to ask for what's needed and for me to learn how to receive. And so I started asking my friends for 10 pounds of rice so that in unity we can create this synergy that can for Thanksgiving, feed hungry people on that day. It's a special day. Right. It's a day that we all need to contribute to. And so that it blew up into this amazing thing where we're feeding thousands and thousands of people each year. So far in the last 6 years, over 20,000 people have been able to eat from this rice contribution.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that's all combined. But I can't wait to hear this year's numbers. Only because, okay, I've been contributing for like the past 3 years, and I know every year it just seems to grow more and more and more. And you had a generous donation done this year in addition to your friends donating, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But yes. I want to speak to Taina about POTS and what this service has been as a contribution to the soup kitchen.
So for one, POTS is a one-stop shop providing an array of services, helping low-income individuals on their journey from crisis to stability to self-sufficiency. One of our first, the heart and soul of the organization is the soup kitchen, in which it was founded on just broth, and has expanded now to, we are open 7 days a week. Our menus are really dinner menus, and like Iris said, there is a culture that comes into POTS, and rice is a big seller. So for us, it's rewarding to have people not only just providing the service because she's volunteered, but somebody from the community that really knows the people that are coming through the door and can understand their struggle, as well as opening her heart to understanding how hard it is for somebody to actually ask for help. So that, from our standpoint, is such an amazing contribution that she has done to the organization.
I like the phrase you chose to use. You said crisis instability, right, to sustainability. That, and that's what it is. And I like that phrase a lot. There's a sense of orgullo and pride in assisting the people that are in that particular situation, in that particular moment. And nobody says it has to be permanent.
Right. Well, that's the thing about poverty. Everybody's looking for that one answer, and in reality, there isn't. Everybody's at different levels. So what POTS is trying to provide is an array of services that tackles whatever it is at the core of what that individual is facing, whether it is food or a shower or clothing or case management or something in that manner.
Right, which leads back to the origin of this Rice Challenge creation, right? Is overcoming shame and asking for help when you need it, right? I mean, your house burnt, like, that's not your fault, you know what I mean? Like, what's so difficult about accepting people offering their assistance and or seeking it, right? It's a temporary state. But instead, you, in addition to, of course, getting back on your feet, you've expanded in just reaching out to everyone, and you've actually extended it now to other places, right? Because I believe now it's not just the 5 boroughs, right? You also have Connecticut and Long Island. I don't know, is Long Island considered a borough?
Staten Island.
Staten I know it is Staten Island, but Long Island, even though it's Long Island, it's kind of like, is Long Island considered one of the 5 boroughs? Not really,
It's so
but
close by.
it's all good. But, well, kind of
Mount
sorta.
Vernon as well. Yeah, we distributed rice to Mount Vernon as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So we definitely have to share with everyone what this year looked like, because I believe you put out a call for like a couple of days and you're very strict about it. And I want to make sure that everybody understands this process, because it's a lot of work to take on. And you even go around with the van and you just collect all of this. So let's just share with everyone. It's a 2-day, right? 2 or 3 days?
It's 2 days. I go around 2 days collecting the rice, and then the rest is distribution. So it's like 2 cycles. The first one is the giving part, giving someone the opportunity to give. And I'm receiving that. And then there's a synergy created there because there's an exchange of gifts. And then the second part is distribution of the contribution that's given to me. And that's in the name of all of my friends, which I'm so grateful for their willingness to participate in unity in this amazing feat.
Yeah. And so how much was collected this year?
You just can't wait.
I know. I've been sitting here like, oh, come on, give me
And
the
so I
quick
have
news.
it right here in my hands. You ready?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Do I get to read it to everybody?
Yes, you do.
Friends of Iris feeding 8,620 people this year.
My friends rock.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, you rock.
thank you.
I know, I love it. I'm receiving it. I'm like, yes, look, I hope the cameras can get it. She wrote it on her hand to remind herself. Let me see, they're trying to get it. Friends of Iris feeding 8,620 people this year, just in 2 days of collecting rice. But that's, of course, going around to 5 boroughs and Long Island.
Yeah, I'm still
And Connecticut.
distributing.
You're still distributing.
Yeah, I'm still
That's lovely.
distributing.
So I know that you distribute throughout the 5 boroughs, and POTS is one of the places that you distribute to. And I just wanted to share with everyone how beautiful that is, that you came full circle.
Yeah,
That's where the idea was created, and you make sure that you give it back.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, is making sure you pass it forward. All right, so before we go, I know that you also are always seeking volunteers, and so I want to share with everyone the importance of just giving of yourself and what they can do to be a contribution outside of doing the Rice Challenge. I mean, because that's kind of like expired, right? We're done with that. And so what are the next steps that one can be a contribution?
There's many different ways people can get involved, whether it is cleaning out your closet and donating your clothes, whether it is giving food, collecting can drives, of course, giving money. But the other way is really giving a part of yourself and actually giving service to the individual walking in. We are open 7 days a week, which creates a flexibility for anybody, as well as children, families, churches. We do recommend that everybody comes back in January. So if you do want to volunteer, please visit our website at potsbronx.org. Click on Give Help. Everything is online and you can register. This is the time of giving, and so many people come out the woodworks. If it only worked like this all year, can you imagine
Well,
how
you
we
know,
would change the world?
Yeah.
Well, the beauty is that at least we're opening up the consciousness during this
Yes.
period,
That's right.
Yes.
Thanksgiving isn't just about eating.
That's right.
Right. It's really a
The
reminder
message.
of
That's right.
just, being grateful for what you have and passing that forward in whatever
Absolutely.
way possible. So thank you
Absolutely.
both for being here. Thank you for your commitment to our communities, to all
Thank
of
you
them.
for your contribution as well and for having me.
And
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Love it. Woo! Good energy here on set. All right, you guys, once again, for more on Friends of Iris, 10 for 40 Rice Challenge, which that part expired, but you can always join in next year. You can check out Iris on Instagram at Iris Soto, The Epic Experience, and she's also on Facebook. And of course, to help volunteer at POTS, be sure to visit potsbronx.org.